unisimulate in mysterious ways. I think I lost the bit. Anyway, so the way it's right, B, F, and D would be where I hit again, passing the straight line. So always, bottoms, feet, distillate must hit a straight line. So here would be where the distillate is. So what would I get more if I have my feet here? Would I get more bottoms or more distillate? I would get a lot more bottoms than I would get distillate. As a matter of fact, the ratio of bottoms to distillate is the ratio of the opposing distances. The fraction of feet that, okay, so fraction of feet, and again, moles or mass depending on what you have using your ternary diagram. Fraction of feet that ends, that goes to bottoms. Will be the ratio of the distance df over Bernoulli's distance to the entire distance dB. And the fraction of feet that goes to distillate would be FB divided by dB. So the moles of bottoms will be this fraction times F. Is that clear? Rolando. Yeah. Here's a straight line. Tell me how much I'm getting. So this allows you to understand a lot about the separation you make. Now, unfortunately, the question.
Shouldn't that be FB?
Did I mess up?
FB over
dB.
FB over dB.
What goes to bottoms is df over dB. That's what I wrote.
Oh, then makes it smaller.
Yes. That makes sense. Is the feet closer to distillate or to bottoms? Let's think about the limiting case. Suppose my feet was right here. Okay? What do you think you'll get more? You get a lot of distillate and tiny bottoms that is pure. So this is a very important tool when you're designing where you're going to be operating with the Rolando. Say it again. That's the fraction of feet that goes to bottoms. The fraction of feet that goes to bottoms, this distance over the entire distance. That's the fraction that goes to distance. Okay, fraction to distillate. Sorry, Master, that says distillate, okay? Is FB over dB. Everybody clear? So it would be nice if all of you had only 3 components to deal with in your distillation columns, but you don't. You want. However, in most cases, 3 components will be the major components, will account for over 95% of your molar mass fraction, whatever you're using. So what I would ask you to do then, and by the way, for every converged column from now on in your deliverables, for every converged column, you must have an Aspen ternary diagram that shows very clearly the location of the bit, distillate and bottoms, and connect it with a straight line. Okay? This will be generated by the ternary plot, right? So, yeah, with an that's why we're using the ternary sweeteners, because we can put them, and so also the distillation boundaries and everything. Okay? By the way, what do we have if we have, for example, liquid-liquid extraction, where we have 2 feeds and 2 exit flows? Mixing also deliverable holes, and if you use the mixed feed, if you were to take, you can even put a little mixer on the side, not connected with anything else. Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt what I'm saying, but I want to say that clearly. Of the 7 reports that I graded, not a single one had the decanter test incorporated in your 2 main simulations. Part of the purpose of the decanter test is to have a check of the parameters that you have used in your main simulations. So in your main simulations, you need to be adding a little on the side decanter, and I want you to replace benzene if you use another entrainer with whatever entrainer you're using. It's not a very strong test, but it protects a little bit against typos, at least for water ethanol, that will be in everybody. I don't think there's a single group that doesn't have water ethanol to deal with in both processes. Even if water is not as a feed, it comes out as a process. Anyway, so you can put, if you have a decanter, you can put the 2 feeds onto the decanter, and you have a mixed point coming out. That mixed point would be in a straight line in a heavy distillate with a heavy liquid and a light liquid, okay? And the same lever rule applies and everything. Okay? If you do it in the ternary form, okay, if you have 2 points, feed 1, feed 2, and we mix them, the mixture composition will be in this straight line where following the lever rule. Okay? And if I have extract and raffinate, they would be like that. Straight line, let's say extract, raffinate. Clear? And again, the lever. So I was starting to say about when you have more than 3 components. What you can do then is take the 3 major components and recalculate mole fractions or mass fractions, assuming that all minority components don't exist. Everything that I said about straight line, all that, will hold if you have only the 3 main components. Because remember, it depends on total balances and species balances. So if you exclude the minority components, everything holds. Now, things become more approximate depending on how much you have neglected. So you can have more deviations. So I may not go, let's say if you have only 3 components, and you have a distillation boundary, and you tell me your distillate ended up being here. I'll say I have trouble believing that you violated this distillation bound by so much. But if you have 5% of other components, I would believe it. You follow me? Because, again, what I'm thinking is, are you showing separation that should not be possible? These are approximate boundaries because of all the approximations. So a little bit outside, I can believe. So it could be fine. But I wouldn't believe a separation that you show me here, feet here, bottoms here. That separation cannot happen. That screams to me, somewhere there's an error. So I'm reiterating, every converged separation process should have an accompanying ternary diagram of the 3 major components. Okay? And I need to see the line between steam distillate bottoms. In some cases, you need to do two diagrams. If your heavy and the light key in the distillation column are not among the three major components, you need to do another one in which you show heavy, light key, and whatever is the major component outside. In most cases, heavy light keys will be two of the three major components, so one diagram is all you want. Lane question? Any question? Camera? Ah. So, you also have in your, put everything on the screen, but I forgot to press on, so it will take a while for it, so the lights will come up. But I've also put it on the web, what we just discussed, so I'll go over it with you in a second. So here is a summary of what we discussed. So one, I said distillation line, I should have said residue line. So change distillation line with residue line. So number one, draw the residue line that passes through the feed composition. Let's call that the feed residue line. So here's the feed residue line. You know, the distillation lines, really what would be more appropriate use, but there are disadvantages to distillation lines that you don't have with residue lines. And it's better and easier if you use residue lines as the approximation. And composition of the region with residue lines that do not enclose XF are not feasible. So these regions do not enclose the feed. So this grayed out region is immediately infeasible. Okay? By the simple fact that you can't have distillate, bottoms, and feed with the same straight line. Second, we draw the straight line between the beginning of the feed distillation line, the source, and the feed. So the beginning is the most volatile. So in this case, the most volatile is nitrogen. So we draw that straight line, and that gives you the physical bottoms composition is this wedge. And similarly, you draw the straight line between the end of the distillation line, the least volatile oxygen here, and XF, and that gives you the wedge of the physical distillate composition. And just to reiterate, there are many strategies for separating isotopes. Something that is somewhat similar to what we did in class. Is to have first a column that brings us very close to the distillation boundary, without, of course, crossing the boundary. And in the second column, we have an entrainer which has minimum boiling isotopes. That's important. You have minimum boiling isotopes. So the region with the entrainer, the ternary diagram, is minimum boiling. So ethanol will be bottoms. And you see the second column what do we have coming out of bottoms? Ethanol. And actually the water-rich distillate comes out from the top. So you have a strange thing. Ethanol has a lower boiling point than water, yet if you look at the exercise we just did Friday, we're getting ethanol at bottoms and water at distillate. So it was interestingly reversed. Because we're in the region, if you recall, where the least volatile was the ethanol, and the most volatile was the water containing ternary acid drop, and that's why you were getting water coming out from the distillate. So anyway, we come here, and what we do, we condense, of course, and we are splitting the distillate into two parts, and the entrainer rich is united with the free concentrator column to bring us in the region in which ethanol is the least volatile, and the ternary is the most volatile. So that's the result of this, and so this is the light distillate, and the heavy distillate, which is water rich, is going right here. Of course, in what we did in the last homework, we just had this column, so that's why our heavy distillate, which was in the distillate, was water rich. Clear? You understand that? So that's essentially what we did in the exercise. Except the only exception is that we took the feed here to be only water ethanol instead of having also some entrainer. Any questions? So that's one strategy that you could be using, and you have wide choice of entraining available. Okay. And again, I showed this before. That's how it works. Here is the operation of that second column. So you have a feed in this region. Here's your bottoms, your ethanol, and here is your distillate, which has a lot of water. Okay? But that distillate was not living like that as distillate. We're refluxing the toluene-rich part. So here was a decanter that was part of the condenser, right? And here is the water-rich part that is being united with the original feed to give the first column feed. And here is the light liquid, which is united with the result of the first column that brings us into the region where we can get the rest. Okay. And the other scheme that you can easily use in your project is pressure swing distillation, and specifically for water ethanol. So and I killed another choke. Anyway. So actually we can stop that now. For water ethanol, as you drop, it's close to 90 mole% at 1 atmosphere. I guess the most accurate figure I have is 89.43 mole%. So you saw some of your